You can use it as a perimeter slab installation, so you got your boxing set up, and then this will go on the inside of the boxing, couple of screws to hold it in place, put all your corners in place first, and then use the straight panels to fill in. Now if it's a 90mm timber frame, you can either run it through a table saw and bevel it, or just cut part of it out so that you can get the timber frame closer to the edge. Yeah. There's 3 different size cores, 100mm, a 150 and a 200 size core, but on retaining walls and basements you're generally going to be a 150 or a 200 core, 100mm core. Doesn't get used that often for that purpose. To put them together, is this the 150? Yeah. Just snapping them together like that. So depending on what the engineers call for, whether it's got 200 horizontal centres or 400 centres, you just put the connectors where you need them, lay the steel in, and then put another connector on top of it happens to be a 200 centres.
So you just use the standard block wall?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Have a footing?
Yep. Use the sort of 400 by 300 footing.
Yeah.
But these can also be used to create the footing as well, because we can join them together and create much wider blocks. So you could actually use that to do the footing as well. You just keep adding them on so you can do the footing as well.
So
Showing the H1 compliance.
What's that?
You wouldn't achieve much with having it as a footing though, would you?
It's just simpler than doing it as the boxing. Yeah, especially if you're going for an insulated slab. So you're just trying to isolate that whole slab from the ground.
Yeah.
You'll put some XPS underneath the footing, but then on the sides you use this. Yeah. And then
Sorry, you had a question about.
They're all H1 compliant with the new slabs?
Yeah. Brand's approval on the polystyrene, because it's a fire rated polystyrene. 1.75 R value per panel. So you've got 3.5. The concrete inside is kind of kept at a constant temperature. Concrete by itself's got no R value, but because it's kept at a constant temperature, it has its own R value. So the R value of that wall is going to be closer to 5 rather than the 3.5 of just the poly by itself. Yeah. But it's just really like Lego. You just build the blocks and you just stack it. Yeah.
How high can you go before you have to pour it?
I've taken it 6 meters.
Alright.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. As long as we're putting like 3 connectors in per block, give it that strength. Yeah, 6 meters. 3 meters was the walls, and then it was 6 meters to the top of the gable.
Right.
But if we just layer it, as we're putting the concrete in, we're coming up about 3 courses high each time, 1.5 meters, 1.2. You just keep laying it around. Yeah.
So what R ratings are giving you as a wall?
3.5 minimum.
Right.
And there's no air filtration through that wall. Yeah, 3.5
So you
minimum.
can line internally direct to it?
Direct fix to it. You need to screw straight to the web. Everywhere there's a deep groove, that shows where this panel is. What we call a web is molded into it.
Right.
And that's molded in just like so. So you can screw the jib to that, or whatever lining you want to do, or you can even just glue your jib on, put a couple of screws to hold it in place.
What about the external, is that the same?
Same thing on the external as well. Yeah,
So is that rated to take, say, a weatherboard or not?
it is, yeah.
Yeah?
Yep. And if it's a horizontal weatherboard, then you can direct fix to the web if the supplier of the weatherboard allows that. And we do that quite a bit, because this is a vapor barrier in itself. Water can't get through this, so we're not having to worry about a vapor barrier. If it's a vertical siding, then we've got to put a horizontal battens on, so we've got vertical fixing. Fixing for a vertical
Like
siding.
horizontals would fix that?
Yeah, just direct fix to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is 150 centres. Everything in the straight panel is 200 centres, so you got plenty of fixing. And there's not a deep groove here, but this first line is actually where you can screw into as well. There's plastic molded into here too.
So you can nail to that
You can screw to it.
screw.
You can do a ring shank nail,
Yeah.
but a lot of times the ring shank nails, the coating on them, the ring shank isn't that prominent because of the coating on them. If you're doing like a skirting board or something,
Yeah, I'm thinking more like clean.
yeah, just screw into it. Yeah, it takes 4 times the load to pull a screw out of that as it does out of a timber stud. Yeah,
So they'd have to have some sort of screwing system for a weatherboard then.
just screw through, yeah. It just depends on what screws you're going to use, whether it's a stainless or something that's not going to rust.
Small head on. What about as a like a privacy wall and what have you around pools and that sort of thing?
Yeah.
That'd be ideal, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, you
exactly,
just
yeah.
plaster that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and we build swimming pools out of it as well.
Okay.
We do swimming pools out of it. Which again, it's insulated, so the swimming pools actually used a lot more year round. And they'll either plaster the inside or generally they'll tile it. They'll put a cement fibre board on there first, waterproof that, and then adhere the tiles to it. We've built quite a few swimming pools, yeah. But the swimming pools, yeah, you use them a bit longer because they're insulated.
Be ideal for a like a windbreaker privacy wall or whatever around the pool though.
Yeah, exactly. And you can go to the 100mm core that way, because there's not really load to it, and you reduce the cost of your concrete. Yeah. Then you just, yeah, you can plaster it, you can fix whatever you like to it, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, yeah. Tanking on it is a peel and stick membrane like the Shelter Seal 3000, there's Ardex products. So if it's a basement, you'll just drain tile, the Ardex product on it, peel and stick, and then put a drainage tile board on there, and then backfill. Yeah, but it's something that the builders can do themselves rather than getting a blocky in, so if you've got trouble with scheduling, the builder can just carry on and do it himself. It's quite easy.
They all like times.
What about not going to every corners?
Just cut the straight panels to that shape, and then just put a bit of plywood, extra plywood on there just to hold it. Yeah. But there's a left hand and a right hand corner. We didn't bring them all in, but so you start the corners, straight panel goes in, and then the other corner is actually, it's short on this end, long on that end, and it'll stack so that the webs automatically line up. So you build from your corners into an opening. So there's a door or a garage door. So if there's a little piece that's above that door, so you're mainly using 4 pieces. But if you're going to do like a retaining wall, it's just a long straight retaining wall, start with a full course of block, and the piece that you cut off on the end, start at the other ends, make sure the webs have lined up, the grooves have lined up, and then just start using full blocks again. And you just, well, if there's a piece hanging over, you just cut it off. Yeah. But really, it's just as easy as Lego.